Hey guys, Stock Series episode 57. The Trading212 free share link is being promoted again, and I think they're maybe starting to reintroduce onboarding. So if you want to sign up, probably still to the waiting list and get a free share, then you can use the link below in the comments. So yes, portfolio, even though it's earnings season, is a little bit quiet this week, up about just over £2,000. Most of that gain has come here, actually, in the gold and silver miners. So these are up about just over 2,000. Yeah, and sort of across the board, really, all of them seem to risen a little bit. The ISA transfer of my polymetal, hopefully going to be sort of buying some various gold miners, and I'll just leave the polymetal amount I've got in Trading212. That is booked for Monday, I think. So yeah, the saga hopefully finally comes to an end, and I'll be completely on IG and Trading212. So just looking at Trading212. So yes, the ISA's up about 1,000. The invest account's done a bit worse. We'll come back to that. ArcPi not doing very well, about 10% down, but happy for that to stay as it is till sort of Christmas, really, until I sell out of the some of the gold and silver. But a bit more in that. Yeah, some of the REITs sort of been a little bit up and down. Argo blockchain sort of coming back from the lows earlier a couple of weeks ago. So that's doing really well. Nearly back in profit now. So 9% down on that. The ETP outperformed, actually, 19%. So that's pretty good. 142%. Obviously, I bought that a lot earlier. So pretty happy with that. Still can't buy any. It's in close only mode, so I'm thinking just leave it there for a good while. Some of the gold and silver miners sort of doing pretty well this week. As I say, in the HL portfolio, they've been doing pretty well. Yeah, so Centamin 6%. Digital Realty sort of fairly flat. It's the UK miners that have been doing, the UK REITs that have been doing reasonably well. First Majestic Silver up, even though silver down. A little bit strange. They seem to be sort of a little bit detached from silver at the moment. They do mine some gold, so that might be part of it. Some of the little care home, my sort of little care home and healthcare REITs in the UK doing okay, up to 2.7% this week. So pretty good, especially as it's been a sort of bit of an up and down week. I sort of had really good earnings from the big FANG stocks up until Amazon, and then Amazon sort of wasn't very good and sort of seemed to drag the whole market down. So yeah, it's been a bit up and down. So polymetal is 2.7%. Stag doing quite well as well, 2.8%. Sylvania, interesting one, dropped 9%, just over 9% in the week. So they've had their quarterly earnings and profit was sort of way down. Still looking good, but not what everyone was expecting, I guess. Is kind of to be expected considering the price of rhodium and even sort of platinum and palladium has been a bit ropey over the last sort of few months, but rhodium especially has sort of come down. But yeah, they're still on sort of a price to earnings of 5. So can't see any particular issue with that. I know some people were sort of buying the dip. So yeah, not too bad, still 50% up. And yeah, the Tritax is doing quite well. Eurobox up 3%. That's actually overtaken Big Box, I think, for the first time. So pretty happy with that. And not a lot of people sort of go for the Eurobox one. And yeah, just looking at the invest account. So this is sort of taken a bit of a whack. That's about 2,000 down. Part of this is the Chinese tech sell-off still carrying on. This sort of went crazy early in the week. Alibaba down to sort of 180s. Has recovered since. I've got no cash to be buying the dip at the moment. I sort of spent out on crypto recently. Yeah, some other stuff, considering it's sort of earnings season. Some of the stuff's up and down, sort of few percent, but yeah, things like Baidu, obviously with that sell-off, they're all affected. 5% on Baidu. I haven't really seen a great deal of sort of regulations from China that affect Baidu, so probably was a really good buy, sort of down in these 150 ranges earlier in the week. But still pretty happy with them. Hoping sort of they carry on staying low, or maybe get a bit more of a dip sort of towards the end of the year, and I can sell out of some more crypto and sort of buy these in the invest account. So yeah, some of the other stuff sort of up and down 1% or 2. Nothing too much to speak of. BT sort of 1%. Cardinal, yeah, Caterpillar, they're all sort of not moved a huge amount. eBay, I see a lot of these sort of online marketplace stocks basically dropped with Amazon at the end of the week. So your sort of Etsy's and Amazon and sort of one or two others all sort of dropped. Didn't really see a huge deal of bad news for eBay, so it's just dropped with the rest. Can see that sort of picking back up. FedEx seemed to have a bit of a drop. I'm struggling to find any news to sort of see what this drop was for. But yeah, interesting. Glencore sort of up a couple of percent, not doing too bad. Most of these others are just sort of up or down 1% or 2. Global Water, as always, 1.5% up. Should just put all my money into that, really. Kia, not doing too much. Kroger up a little, still looking good. Legal and General, pretty flat. Lennar had a bit of a recovery, 2% up in the last week, so that's pretty good. 20% up on that. Lockheed, sort of a little bit of a rough earnings, but nothing too bad, so that's down a couple of percent. Micron sort of did have a hell of a drop earlier in the week, but has recovered and is up 2%. Nintendo, quite a drop. Haven't seen any particular news on this. Had the Valve Steam Deck be announced. Obviously that was a little while ago, so it doesn't directly correlate with this loss, but yeah, not sure whether it's really that much of a competitor. There's lots of people out there sort of make PC gaming handhelds, and it's just not really built for that, to be honest. A lot of sort of decent PC games are mouse and keyboard, and they've tried to go with this sort of touchpad controller. It's got analog sticks, but they've also got the touchpads that they had on the Steam controller. But yeah, I just don't think it competes with the Nintendo Switch, really. So yeah, decent buying opportunity, I would say, for Nintendo. Porsche, pretty flat. Process sort of selling off with the Chinese tech and Tencent. Renault, 3% up, not too bad. Shell, not too bad. Shell have increased their dividend quite a bit, so yes, they're 6% up on the week. pretty good. I think they upped their dividend 38%, which possibly a little bit much. I would sort of maybe rather they carried on putting that money into more of the renewables transition. But yeah, if they're going to dividend it out, then maybe I'll just put the money somewhere else. Yeah, some of these others pretty flat. Sega down 4% on the week. I still keep putting pretty much all my dividend income into this, so shares are slowly sort of rising. I was at sort of 300 odd a couple of months ago. I'm at 547 now. Just think it's a decent company. Hell of a lot for sort of 3 billion market cap, so quite like them. Lots of strings to their bow. Seneca sort of still up and down, but doing well, 20% up. Sony had a reasonable week, so it's coming back towards break even. Stellantis, not too bad, similar to Renault really. TSMC is pretty flat. Taylor Wimpey, Turtle Beach, yeah, pretty flat. Tyson. Vale had a little bit of a drop. Haven't really sort of seen too much of this. Glencore was up, so just think this is probably general market movements. Viatris pretty flat, and Volkswagen pretty flat. So yeah, bit of a slow week, but I'm not in the fangs, so I don't get the rises that everyone else gets. Although seems like expectations are still very high. A lot of them actually dropped on the day of their earnings. I guess people were expecting even more. So I shall carry on staying fairly defensive with this, and hopefully sort of add more from crypto sales later in the year. So yeah, like and subscribe, and see you soon.